So in last week's video, I talked about the importance of healing and integrating the sacral chakra into your experience, both as a human and as an empath, and especially in using your empathic abilities. And today I want to go further into grounding and talk about the root chakra, which I know I've also talked about in other audios. But in this audio, I specifically want to talk about why grounding is so important for empaths, and why hanging out in your lower chakras is so important for empaths, and why experimenting with your creativity, your sexuality, and your interaction with nature can be hugely empowering for your empathic abilities. As I've mentioned in the very beginning videos, is that obviously as an empath, your circuits, your antennas, so to speak, are highly sensitive. So you're receiving and picking up much more energy than the average person. And often our bodies can't really keep up with it. So a lot of empaths tend to manifest health problems, weight gain, sometimes inability to gain weight, allergies, all sorts of things, especially autoimmune type of disorders or their nerve endings, like anything to do with nerves, will be shot, so to speak, because their circuits get fried because they are constantly picking up energy. So this is why you hear so many people who talk about this kind of stuff emphasize being in nature. Like, it is the number one most healing thing you can do for yourself. Go outside with your shoes off, walk around, hug a tree, literally. I mean, studies have proven this is beneficial for your health. Sit next to a tree. Charge your water with crystals. Charge your water with intentions. Have flowers near you. Have plants in your house. Work with crystals. Work with essential oils. All of these things, as I mentioned in my previous audio, these are things that are so, so important. But in this audio, I want to talk about how, as an empath, when you work with nature, you can, because we naturally will shift, everyone will shift their frequency to match or share a space with nature. You kind of have to in order to even share a space with it. But you can even go further. So the average person, for example, may go out in nature if you've been through a lot of stress or whatever, and you're just needing release. Just go kind of sit in nature, and maybe you feel better, and you may even unconsciously feel a lot better than you realize. But you're still stressing out and thinking about all the things that you need to do, and maybe trying to release all the energy that you've been picking up. And in other words, you're not fully present with nature. An tip or a technique that can be hugely and amazingly beneficial for an empath, for anyone to do, but you can do this really well as an empath, is to sit in nature. For me, because I'm a water person and I work with water really well, is I like to sit next to a river or a stream or a brook, any moving water. I don't do as well with the ocean simply because I love being near the ocean, but the ocean for me brings up a lot of my shadow. So it's more intense work for me when I work with the ocean. But for pure peace, for pure adjusting of my nerves and my energy, and just purely taking care of myself and luxuriating in nature, I need moving water that's like a stream or a brook, and a mountain that's moving down. So what I do is I'll go sit next to a river or a brook or a stream. And the best is if I can sit on a rock. There's actually this very specific place in Utah that I go to that is like my elven place. It feels like an elven or fairy forest. It's incredible. But there's this rock that I sit next to that's right by the river, and it's a medium-sized river. It's not very big, and it's not loud enough to overwhelm my senses of it's sort of gentle. And I'll adjust, again, the shape-shifting thing. I will adjust my frequency intentionally as much as I can to match the water. In other words, I will try to literally enter into how the water feels, how it moves, how it is comfortable with just being. It has no agenda. It just moves, and it allows itself to move. And then I will move to the rocks, like enter my energy and feel what the rock feels like. And rocks are amazing because, especially as someone who, when my energy will get up and I'll just want to go, and even my mind will go like 500 miles an hour, and I'm constantly thinking of solutions and, like things that I want to change or shift in my life. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to myself, and it's often to the detriment of my health and just my mental stability, my mental clarity, and my mental calmness. So when I feel that coming on, that's when I will tune into a rock, because a rock is just solid. A rock, it often has just been around for millions of years. Who knows how long some of these have been around. And they just experience this dimension. I mean, it's just amazing. Trees are the same way. Trees are another frequency you can tune into that will totally calm your nerves. Those circuits that get fried from picking up so much energy from other people all the time. All you need to do is tune into the energy of a tree or a rock or water. Especially if you just want to truly calm and be present in the moment, I think, and not have to even process any emotions, then do the rock or the tree versus the water. If you want to let your emotions go and let them flow, water is a good frequency to tune into. And you can literally do this. I mean, especially as an empath, you have the ability to feel what other consciousness is feeling. And water is alive. Rocks are alive. Trees are alive. It's consciousness. And you can tune into that and experience this dimension from their perspective. And it's incredible. It is an incredible thing to do. And I don't know if many empaths realize that they can do this, not just with people, but with nature. And nature is calming. You will feel, when you start doing it, if you do it often, you will feel literally trees, or you will feel what they're experiencing in their consciousness. It's not like emotion as we experience emotion, but it's a way of being. And you can feel that way of being, and each one will be different. Like, you can tune into different trees, and they will each feel differently. They each have their unique perspective. It's quite fascinating. But I think nature is, in my experience and my honest feeling about nature, is that it is truly here for everyone. Obviously, we couldn't live without it. But it's like the doctors for empaths. It is truly our doctors. And I don't know of any better way of clearing our energetic field and soothing our auric field and soothing our nerves and our systems that get so fried out with energy in our bodies than hanging out with trees and rocks and water, large areas of nature. So try doing this. This will be a practice for you in shapeshifting, and also an amazing experience in soothing and just taking amazing care of yourself and empowering your empathic abilities.